Professor of European Studies at Stanford University in Berlin. Ulrich, France raises some excellent points here. And in fact, during discussions on how to tackle any number of crises, Germany is often either the outlier or the bulker.
Well, this is one way how to look at things. And one can also make the point that Germany has a good line of argumentation to support the position that Olaf Scholz has. But I think it's not just about the differences in looking at the appropriate means to deal with the pressing policies, but it's the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that all of these policies that need to be decided have some sort of constitutional consequences about what kind of European Union are we building. Because it's in the very nature of the EU that countries have different interests and these interests collide. But the nature of the European Union used to be that we find institutional forms of dealing with it and finding compromises. So it's not only the long-term strategic implications of these rifts, but it's also the communication style that makes people worry, including the ones who understand the content of what Olaf Scholz represents.
Very true. You know, when there are deep crises like the ones that the EU and the rest of the world, much of it, are facing now, that's the time when everybody talks about coming together and showing unity and tackling this all together. But the reality is these crises also lay bare the fact that national interests come first, and they virtually always do.
But there's nothing wrong with national interests first. This is what happens in council meetings all the time, that every state representative insists on this is my national interest. But the beauty of the European institutional structure is that it balances the conflicting interests, and in the end we have a compromise. If this is about smaller disputes, then there is nothing wrong. Everyone accepts I'm losing today, I'm winning tomorrow. But all these strategic decisions, like will the European Union be a defense actor that is independently enough from the United States in case there's a new president coming up in the next elections? Or what about the supply chains? What about the fiscal union that should stabilize the monetary union? All of these decisions, including further enlargement that Olaf Scholz has announced unilaterally without consulting Macron, all this leads to a different European Union, which then will structurally satisfy some countries, but not all of them. And that is the biggest problem in this current bilateral debate.
Absolutely. All right. Well, at least they are talking today. Ulrich, good to see you.